How does a wood chipper chew through the toughest branches without jamming? What makes a meat slicer cut ham so thin you can see through it? How can a dentist's drill cut through teeth as hard as rock? To answer these mysteries, we dive deep inside these extraordinary machines to reveal the secrets the wood chipper. It reduces garden waste down to a pile of tiny chunks. How does it munch through tough trunks and piles of leaves without choking? More than 100 parts work together. A 10-horsepower engine, as mighty as a motorbike. A compact muffler dulls the whine of the exhaust. A spinning rotor, heavier than a car tire, cuts 120 times a second, slicing solid wood like butter. Steel fan blades shoot the chippings out at 80 miles per hour. This merciless machine can shred a tree in minutes. The key to the chipper's chewing power starts life in this family-run metal shop in Wisconsin. They manufacture the rotor plate, the spinning metal disc that holds 2 razor-sharp knife blades.
I'm setting up a 250-ton punch press for the chipper plate.
John has cut and bent metal his whole career. The press hits this sheet of steel with 4 times the weight of a tank and punches out the part.
This here's the chipper plate or rotor plate for the wood chipper. The blades are mounted on the back side here, and this here is where the wood chips would come through once they're chipped up.
Branches aren't the only green waste that clutters your garden. Leaves cover the ground and stifle your lawn. The chipper's blades alone can't chop through this soft vegetation without getting clogged. The machine needs another weapon in its armory. Behind the blades are 6 ruthless swinging hammers, driven directly by the crankshaft. The hardened steel pounds the leaves. They have a Y shape for increased surface area and swing to propel the leaves and avoid jams. They deliver a crushing blow 180 times a second. Behind them, fan blades attached to the rotor create a powerful vortex, which shoot the leaves out at 80 miles per hour. These flailing hammers spell the end for foliage, but they could also do serious damage to the chipper. The last thing you want is a Y hammer to come loose when the chipper is at full tilt.
If it wasn't secure, it'd do a lot of damage, flying around and cause a lot of harm.
Jeremy's mission is to make sure the hammers only smash the leaves. The challenge is that the hammers need to be securely fixed, but also able to swing side to side. Being able to move stops them getting clogged up with leaves.
It's important for them to freely rotate, and we mount them on these pins so they can do that.
Inside the chipper, the forces on the hammers are extreme. Jeremy must secure them so they can't shake free and do serious damage. The wood chipper can shred soft garden foliage using the whirling Y-hammers that spin inside it. To stop them getting clogged up with leaves, the hammers need to be securely fixed, but also able to swing side to side. Jeremy welds the pins between two thick sheets of steel. The metal pieces under the spark get as hot as the surface of the sun and melt together.
The top plate is held securely now after it's been welded, but yet the Y-hammers can still spin freely inside here.
As long as the chipper can keep its hammers and blades spinning, it should be able to crunch through any kind of garden waste. But the task gets more tricky when a thick branch is shoved in. Its success depends on a gadget at the heart of the motor. Ultra-sensitive flyweights spin with the blade. If the blade slows down, the weights fall inwards and pull a lever that reaches around the machine to pull open the throttle. This boosts the power within milliseconds to keep the rotor's blade spinning at the perfect speed, slicing through solid wood without breaking stride. But keeping the rotor stable when it is spinning at 3,600 RPM is a big problem. If it's not securely held in place, this 20-pound lump of metal could shake the chipper to pieces. The team on the chipper assembly line has devised a unique way to keep the rotor under control.
When a branch is fed into the wood chipper, it puts a great deal of stress on the machine.
Brian knows the chipper inside out. He's been building these machines for 15 years. To provide maximum support for the rotor, he must connect it directly to the engine shaft underneath. Only an engine with a shaft this thick would be strong enough to hold the weight of the rotor.
The engine has a heavy 1-inch diameter shaft, and it's less prone to breaking or being twisted.
With the rotor in place, Brian builds up the rest of the chipper, ready to do battle in the garden. The ferocious chipping power and insatiable appetite of this hungry machine takes the backbreaking work out of keeping your garden clear.